into bandwidth and hosting for Bagel Tech Nonsense is provided by UK2.net. Hosting for everyone.
Hello, I'm reading the Bible. Maybe I shouldn't be though, because it's time for another episode of This Week in Nonsense. Nay, it's the Bagel Tech Nonsense show. Just making sure you're keeping up. How are you all?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Hello,
Okay.
doing good?
Yeah, don't everybody answer at once.
Devastated.
Devastated.
Skype. Happened.
Yeah, that happens. Has it been a result of Microsoft, do you think?
I hope so. I don't hope so. I mean, I hope probably is what I mean.
For those not watching the pre-show, what happened?
Andrew has VipBlaster. VipBlaster no like Skype.
Oh, don't blame me for your problems.
It worked fine until you
We're
showed up.
perfectly fine here.
You and your American computers and your strange voltages,
Exactly.
Then that's what it
weird
is.
frame rates.
And Gitmo Slave says my audio levels are broken, just like everything else.
Is that
Listen,
truly
it's
a
fine because
surprise?
it's almost my bedtime here on the East Coast anyway. I know you guys are fast asleep already because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning there, right?
Yes.
Give or take.
That's actually the correct time.
4 o'clock.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning over there.
Give or take a time zone, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we've already established that our byword of consummate professionalism is our integrity is still there, and that Andrew breaks things and can't tell the time.
I'll agree with that actually, Chris. I'll agree with you on that.
That's good. That's good to know. Well, there's so much nonsense to go through this week. Where should we start?
Well, so wait. Let's have a pre-show discussion in the show. We're doing our thing with the stories like we do every week, and then we're doing our seminar.
Oh yes. Oh, I didn't RSVP. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
We're all invited. It's okay.
Are we? That's nice.
And here I was getting worried. Is there free cake?
Yes.
Because I bought my own.
And it won't cost you 2,000 quid anyways to be able to go to the seminar either.
How are we going to make money then? I don't understand this.
It's the internet. We'll make money somehow.
Precisely.
You see, look, we give it away like people do with the Quran, and they make money.
They did not give this
Lots
away.
and lots of money.
Well, they
you
may
paid
have.
for it. You fool.
I did not. How much is it anyway? No, it hasn't even got a price. It hasn't got a price.
There you go. You see,
No.
you paid.
lost my
You paid for a
Patreon.
free thing.
Yeah.
That's-
Well, I asked for them. I wanted to try and expand my knowledge, and they had this stall like most Church of England styles. They have stalls and pamphlets and stuff. And I just walked up to them and said, "Yeah, I would like to stop being ignorant. Do you have a pamphlet about Islam and stuff like that, like a how to or get into it type thing?" And they gave me the Quran and said, "This is a good start." And I was like, "Okay, that's a good start." Yeah.
Hate to wind you up here, but I think my Quran is bigger than yours.
I don't need to compensate for my Quran. Thank you very much.
Look how meaty my Quran is. Look at your
I would
little
like
book. It's like yours is like the Ladybird, my first Quran.
Yeah, but if I get closer to the webcam, mine can be bigger than yours. Look,
mine's huge.
Ooh,
Look at my
oh,
face.
which side? Yours? Oh, no.
And my picture's nicer as well.
That is a much better. Mine is all right. It's quite nice. It looks like a tile from the Roman period, but still, it's quite nice. It's lovely.
I must say at this point that other good religions are available from all leading stockists, and that I
Scientology.
personally am a pastafarian, or hail as noodly appendage.
That too. Anyway, hello, Brian. By the way, are
Hello.
you still there?
Oh,
That's nice.
God, Brian's still. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Nice to meet all you guys, as usual, for the weekend shows.
Strix, mate, how's your week been?
It's been going actually very good this week, as a matter of fact. Having a good week. Very busy week, as a matter of fact, in the world of IT consulting, when people are buying new computers, getting new setups. Things are just happening over here in the USA anyway, so even to kind of figure things might slow down a little bit during the holidays here, it's really not. So, good news.
Oh, that's good. That
Do you
is
kind
good.
of turn into Brian Monroe, home AV guy this time of year?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, it could be worse, I suppose.
Yes,
At least
okay.
Brian is
play with new
absolutely
gear.
lying. There's nothing happening in the U.S. Don't let them fool you.
Nothing at all. No,
There's
it's lies.
nothing.
Maybe
No,
not back
no.
in Queens. I'm not sure exactly what's going on over there these days. We should welcome Andrew here. if We can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
very, very special, super special guest, Andrew Zarian. Yay!
Yay!
Ovation.
From the wonderful, awesome guys from Queen Network. I should recommend to everyone to get a chance to check out their shows out there. GFQ Network.
Brian is like number one fan.
GFQlive.tv.
Yeah.
Brian is the number
Don't
one
forget
fan.
that.
I've actually sent Brian stuff. I've sent them a book. I've sent them a
Give
sticker.
my camera. Thank you, here.
How did
See, I
he
got the
get
book.
presents and we didn't?
Brian won a contest once.
That's right.
He
I got
doesn't
his
win
wonderful
anything.
Stepping Out magazine
think-
thing here.
I
Andrew
think
was in
being
the
in the
cover?
on the same continent has helped his case.
That's just racist.
Yeah,
And
it
I
is,
got the
isn't it?
wonderful stickers here.
It's very elitist.
Yeah.
It's awesome here. Got the.
Where do I submit an issue with that? A concern?
So
Is it? Is,
Well, you go to
some sort of
gfqlive.tv and you click on
Where
fuck
did you
off,
get that book?
and it tells you to go away.
Lee, where did
What?
you get that book?
That's pretty much accurate.
Well,
That's
but-
exactly how it happens.
Where did you get that book, Lee?
What book? The Quran. I got it. Like I said,
That
I
is
got
not the
it-
Quran. No, the other one.
This one. I just happen to have a selection of books for my reading. Just
Didn't-
because I've learned
yeah.
a new skill, don't start having a go at me for it.
Didn't
That's-
you see the bookshop outside the seminar?
Yes. Exactly.
This was only $7.99. It's even you could afford it on your paper round, Joseph. Right. Right.
pay for her out. Yes.
2 hours wages, a good investment.
Yes.
Anyway, hello.
Speaking of a
stop
good
you.
investment, $75. Does that sound like a good investment to you?
That's about £2.50. Yes.
Yeah, well, exactly, yes. The pound is strong right now. Well, would you pay £75 for a year of fire coverage for your home and personal property, along with any residents?
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
Well, you're not alone, because the Consumerist reports that there are people like you. And, well, it was last year, but this was kind of news you missed because, well, shit was going down last year in October. So this homeowner didn't pay $75. Not a lot of money. They live out in the countryside, and as I understand, many parts of America, quite rural. You'll only have several hundred people in a whole county. They simply can't afford to run a fire service for freezies because there's not enough people to pay all their various taxes and whatnot to the state to cover the cost. So they impose a fire subscription fee.
Did it say what state it was? Because I think we did the same story on one of my shows this week, and when I was doing the
Jessica.
research, I found out this happens a lot in the states where there's a lot of states that have these township type taxes on fire and police and
Protection
water.
money, yeah.
And you don't have to pay it. It's your choice. And this is like in the rural countryside of certain states. And there are people that don't pay it. And when the fire department comes, they just sit there and they look at your building burn. And if it starts spreading, they'll spray the fire, but they won't spray your house.
Jesus.
Yes. But yes,
South
basically, this happened in October 2010, and everyone was like, what? It happened again. And it happened on the 5th of December in the same town, South Fulton, Tennessee.
You thought you would have learned by then, wouldn't you?
And I actually read up on this a fair amount, and it seems actually to be a very fair thing to impose, given the scope of a fire department's remit in terms of territorial coverage, and the fact that they didn't pay $75 to be assured of fire protection from the fire service is just ridiculous. Basically, the house burned down, and because they haven't paid $75, they did exactly that. Exactly what Andrew said. They just stood and watched.
Well, listen, they could have put the fire out. I mean, what is it going to cost them to do that? Give them a
Water.
fine. You know what I mean? Put the fire out and say, okay, now you owe me $300.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, they should rock up with one of those portable credit card readers and say,
Yeah,
"Here you
yeah.
go."
Swipe now, and we'll put out the fire.
iPhones can take
what
money
was
with
that
your
app
credit
that
cards now.
the dude from Dig invested in for iPhones and his little credit card reader? That'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
Square thing. Yeah. It's called
Yeah,
Square.
Square.
Isn't it? It
I
goes
think it's
into
called
your,
Square.
headphone port.
Square, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So apparently the South Fulton Mayor David Crocker told WPSD-TV, Tennessee's news leader, after the last situation, I would hope that everybody will be well aware of the rural fire fees.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably
Homeowners
aware.
are staying, well, they have been staying for a couple of nights at a local hotel, courtesy of the Red Cross, and they also had no insurance.
Oh, well, you've got to pay for cable somehow, don't you? You've got to cut costs. Everyone's on a budget now, right? It's either the 29th season of The Simpsons or something or other, or protecting yourself against fire.
And
Hey, watch the X Factor, or watch your house burn.
Tony points out in the chat room that the firefighters still turn up, which is still costing money somewhere.
Yeah, that's the irony.
Yeah.
And when the fire gets out of control,
The Schadenfreude is delicious.
But the problem is, then, like you said, the fire gets out of control, may burn into somebody else's home, and then becomes a problem where the person that did pay for protection, then you got to take care of them also. So I would stay nonsense, no question about that. If anything, this is something should be taken care of the general tax for some of these homes, their property taxes. I meant to say should be actually covering these kind of things, and should be taken out of that kind of pool of money, not be an individual thing, because people then can actually say, no, I'm not going to pay this. And then you have people whose homes will be damaged because there's fires that are started that aren't being taken care of. So,
Well, this is what the original fire service in the UK was all about. This is how it was based on. The AA was originally started as a small club with the same sort of prevalence. If you don't have a plaque on your car, if you don't have a plaque on your house that says you're part of the association, then you're not covered. You're not part of the group. We won't help you. And they would turn up to ensure that you're not infringing your fire into other people's domains who have paid up. So, all in all, I still can't work out why they've paid for the 29th season of The Simpsons and not at least invest into Comcast internet. I would have put that money into internet, if anything.
I would have too, consider the fact that over here, at least here in this area, Comcast internet is about the best you can get for the San Francisco Bay Area. But then again, not the same case in Queens, would say anyways, because I know they've got better there. So.
Other service providers.
That's my disclaimer voice. I think the bone of
Andrew,
contention,
would
though,
you
is
spend
again,
$75?
Mayor Crocker said that he said there's no way to go to every fire and keep up the manpower, the equipment, and just the funding for the fire department, which was his point, that if one person stops paying, everybody else stops paying, and then they have no money. So I understand the hardline stance, but I was a little surprised that they didn't even offer them an invoice, as has already been said.
But surely
that's making a point. That really is making a point.
Their fire service is someone called Fred and his dog with a garden hose. Andrew, you are obviously an amazing international superstar like myself. Would you spend $75 to protect your home with fire? Bearing in mind you're being raped silly on your cellular device, on your general insurance. Obviously, Comcast is your new best friend with everything you're doing over there. Surely Verizon, whatever. Surely at some point you've got to say no. That's one bill I'm not going to pay.
Oh, absolutely not. Of course, I need to get my box set of Veronica Mars. How can I decide to spend that $75? I think it's ridiculous that people actually they'll think about. I'm sure there was a whole discussion in his family, right? They're like, oh, the fire bill is here. How much is it? $75. You know what? Screw them. I'm not giving them the $75. What are the odds of my house burning down?
True.
I mean, there had to have been a discussion there, right?
The
They
other
couldn't
question would be
afford it. I guess they're cutting back on that.
association-
It's actually interesting how people prioritize things. I mean, I wonder what they had in that house before it burnt down. I'm sure everything is gone, but I would have loved to see the things that they have and did they have a plasma TV? Did they have long distance on their phone? What did they have?
You're just a nosy young man.
I'm a very nosy young man. I need answers. I need to know what they had.
Well, if they had a gas hob stove, then surely there's naked flame in their house. They should have $75 put aside for the local fire brigade. If it was just a normal electric hob to warm up their milk before they go to bed, then fine. Why would you need to have $75? Because you're not bringing in naked flame into your humble abode.
Don't need naked flame.
In theory. Sorry?
Don't need naked flame. I'll tell you a story. One of the guys at work, her boyfriend, was doing some cooking. He can't smell anything. And he left the room with this thing simmering on the stove, and for some reason, the kitchen roll had fallen into the pan and caught fire. They only knew when they began to smell it from the kitchen, at which point it was already well alight.
Here's a question.
Oh dear.
If you don't pay this fee and then your house gets burned down, are you still eligible? Does your home insurance still cover you if you haven't been paying your $75?
Well, they didn't have any. That's the point.
They didn't have any what?
They didn't have any insurance. That's also the point.
They didn't have that as well?
No, of course not.
So they didn't.
You're going to pay like $500 for a year's contents insurance and not pay $75 for the fire service.
True.
I mean, we already pay for the fire service out of our council tax, so that's just a done thing. You get the little leaflet through the post every year that shows you how many millions of pounds are given to the fire service, and you think, oh yeah, great.
You see, one good thing about a nanny state, it's done for you. You have to admit, you don't have to think about it.
They don't trust you with yourself.
Exactly. That's kind of the general idea over there.
Well, the taxes here, I could speak about New York. New York City, the taxes are not high at all. I mean, my property taxes have to be around $4,500, which isn't much when you compare it to certain other areas. So Long Island, which is part of New York State, my wife's aunt lives there, and her property taxes are about $15,000 for state property tax. Then there's something called township tax. And township tax is your fire, your police, and your school. If you don't pay that township tax, first of all, they'll take your house away. But if, let's say, you've been living there for a couple of years and you stop paying it, something happened, you can't enroll your kids into school, you don't get police service, and you don't get fire.
Sorry, Andrew, did you just say...
It exists here as well.
Sorry, Andrew, did you just admit on air that you come from Jersey City? Did you just say that? I've
actually sold that. I am not from Queens.
Oh dear.
I got your question down and he survived.
I don't think people that say they live in Jersey City live there.
I just burst my bubble now. I just thought you were a reputable young man who did something good.
No, it's a big scam.
Even that's a lie. Even that's a lie. I'm going to sit here for a bit and be quiet.
He's crushed. Look at him. He's visibly deflated. Look, go read the Quran. It'll have an answer for you.
Good question there.
His little mini Quran. Quran Lite. For the full Quran experience, purchase the Quran app.
Good one.
Oh, dear.
I'm going to find a big word to shut you up with.
Is that your super pocket dictionary?
Yes, it is. It fits in every pocket that I have.
For those who are listening to the stream, Lee has now got his Oxford English Dictionary, well thumbed. Looks like he's only visited the swear words.
I highlighted them.
It's the special Joe section.
I highlighted them with the black pen so I can find them quicker.
I censored out everything else, just the big swear words.
Offensive. Oh, offensive. Good definition, Keith. Offensive.
Anyway, let's try and get back to some content. Christopher.
whilst we're laughing, here's something to keep us going. Behringer.
Yes.
This picture looks
Behringer.
Our favorite company.
This press release is just genius. So they're excited to announce the launch of 50, read it and weep, 50 new products within the Eurosound consumer electronics brand. With products ranging from iPad dock soundbars and Bluetooth speakers, we're bringing concert quality sound to the home at very affordable prices. Also, to celebrate the launch, they'll unveil the iNuke Boom.
There it is.
Okay, they've said this, not me. The loudest iPad, iPod, and iPhone dock you've ever heard at CES 2012.
10,000 watts.
10,000 watts. It weighs over 700 pounds. It's limited edition. It's 8 foot wide by 4 foot tall.
Well, you would
30,
hire a
yeah.
dwarf to carry it for you, surely.
$30,000.
You'd gaffer tape,
It'll, look, I
gaffer
tell you, it
tape
weighs
to his
£700.
back.
It'll probably cost £700.
No, it's
£2.50.
$30,000. We said here.
There's an artist's rendering of the
Behringer?
photo.
$30,000 for a Behringer?
Yes, sir.
Who
Bring
in the
the
world would
picture
pay
up.
$30,000?
Bring
Who
the
paid
picture
$30 for a Behringer?
Can you see? Right, it's time to play Where's Waldo iPhone edition.
Ooh.
Can you find it?
Wow, it's tiny.
This is actual scale.
No way, is it?
Yes.
No, that cannot be actual scale.
1-to-1 scale.
Where does it say on that picture 1-to-1 scale?
It says at the bit which I've asked Joe to hide.
Can we zoom in a little bit just to help the people?
No,
at
this
home?
is. I think this is actually how big it's going to be.
Who has a front room big enough to put that in for starters? Right.
You might not, but
Okay, let's just for Nag Radio. Once again, I would like to apologise for Joseph's frequent use of interesting fragrancy words at the beginning of this show. But more importantly, it's the size of three houses, a terrace house, shall we say? The size
Hang on,
of
that makes it the world's biggest iPhone.
the size of
Like,
Bruce
did someone steal an
Forsyth's
iPhone from
ego.
the window of an Apple store and then make a dock for it?
yes.
Oh, yes. Exactly what I was thinking. Definitely
man.
brilliant, though.
You have one man to thank, Uli Behringer. Uli? I don't know. Crazy man. He says, when I started Behringer 22 years ago, my goal was to provide musicians with high-quality equipment at an affordable price.
And
With the
he
launch of
failed.
When
Audio
is it going to
Sound,
start?
we are challenging ourselves to share the incredible sound and quality we have worked so hard to craft over the last
When?
2 decades, with all underlined music and audio enthusiasts. This is the company that brought you a valve amp for a microphone with a cosmetic-only valve in it. Little LED behind it lit up when it was turned on.
He looks like a moron.
He is.
Can we zoom in a little bit there as well, please? Can we just a little bit of... Oh, my God, he's wearing glasses as well. Wow, my God. Or is he just dead behind
He's
the
not
eyes?
wearing
What?
glasses,
He's not
actually.
I
wearing
think he's
glasses.
just dead behind the eyes.
He's just slightly dead behind the eyes. Okay. Allegedly.
Really very
Allegedly. There we go.
Allegedly, of course. Allegedly dead behind the eyes.
That's what we always
He's got
like
that
to
classic
see.
80s German haircut
allegedly.
as well.
Oh, he's German as well. And
Yes.
he's blonde. Wow.
It's a German company.
Don't say he's Aryan.
Pardon?
Does that mean we have to call him Andrew Az now?
Oh, dear.
No.
Andrew Az. Andaz. Like Andaz.
Oh, my goodness. What has he got in his ears?
So,
Is
well,
he
right,
some sort of-
Lee.
Huh?
Victory for you, Lee, because it looks like he's got blue eyes as well.
He's got blue eyes. As well. Maybe they're contacts. Who knows?
I hope so.
We hope we're not going down the basic German route of this, because that would just be racist, rude, obnoxious of us. He's got very
So is
rosy lips. though.
Behringer
Look
as
at those
awful
lips.
over there as it is in the States?
Yes.
It's
Okay.
universally awful.
When I first got into this, I didn't really know much about the mixers and stuff. And when I went to, I guess, like the Sam Ash or Guitar Center that we have here, and I saw a
Radio
Behringer
Shack.
board that's fairly cheap, and I wanted to pick it up. And the guy goes, no, never buy Behringer. Do you know what Behringer in German is? And I said, no, I don't know what it is. He goes, crap. I said, that explains it.
That's that guy's surname, though. Oh, dear.
Hello, Mr. Crap. You're looking particularly Aryan today.
Oh.
The thing is about Behringer stuff, right, you get what you pay for. So as long as you try not to drive the stuff too hard, it will usually be all right.
That's a 1 out
Like-
of 100. Work great.
But I think with things like their mic preamps, don't drive the mic preamps. They sound horrible. But if you use them a little bit quietly, they're fine. But it's never going to be as good or durable or as rugged as like a decent Mackie system or a decent PB system or decent Yamaha system. I bought a Yamaha desk, paid a premium, but it's going to work.
No, it won't.
It's working right now.
So is my Behringer.
So's your Behringer.
Just a bit.
It wasn't earlier.
You
But the
get
thing
free
is,
problems with every Behringer unit sold.
Well, I do enjoy the fact that every time I pump out something using the USB connection into a system, it comes with a nice additional whine to the noise.
Okay, no one...
A soupçon of interference.
Exactly. I enjoy that additional texture that Behringer decided.
No one uses the USB interface on any mixer.
Excuse me, I'm talking about my beautiful mixer here that everyone is now jealous of because it comes free with some beautiful whine from the USB connection.
So does mine.
Beautiful. Look at the jealousy. Everyone, look at the jealousy of people's faces. I'm going to go to the chat room right now. They're jealous. Look at the jealousy in the chat room. Jealousy.
Is it?
Not seeing the jealousy.
Is that white wine or red wine, sir?
But yes,
white or red wine, sir?
Mr.
It tastes like a bad table wine.
Mr. Oil allegedly uses the USB interface.
As long as you understand what you're getting for the price, then it's a good deal.
Really?
Yes. Mr. Oil should know better.
Come on, it is. They've ripped off so many good products that they did eventually come up with some good stuff. And there are some useful things for live production. There's some quite handy rack mount devices, pieces of hardware that you can use to ring out front house wedges from monitors and stuff on stage, and they're quite useful.
They make wonderful.
You're never going to get one in your living room because you just never have a need for one.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what this dock's going to sound like though. And if you all remember when Steve Jobs introduced his iPod stereo, he was like, "I'm an audiophile," and I ditched all my audiophile gear for one of these boom boxes. I went into an Apple store, had a listen, and went, "Oh my god, Steve Jobs' ears have died."
So Andrew, when
they sounded horrible.
When did
so if that's
you
what
go?
the Apple one sounded like, imagine what this is going to sound like.
So Andrew, you've
Yeah, that's
never
right. Truly awful.
used Behringer.
It's never.
I
Gonna
have
be
used
good.
Behringer, yeah.
Oh, so not only are you not in Queens, but you have used Behringer. Oh dear, this is getting worse.
I have not owned Behringer. I have used
I
the
need
Behringer.
to sit down.
You have to use Behringer to understand why.
So I like Behringer. It's called Terence, my mixer.
What?
Very lovely.
Terrence.
It's called Terence.
Why?
It's such a lovely because it's done me good. It's done me good, and it's the cheapest one with faders instead of the nipple knobbly bits.
Oh,
and
right.
It's lovely. And it's the best. Andrew's jealous. Look at Andrew. Andrew's very jealous.
I'm very jealous,
supposedly
actually.
From Queens. Look at him. Look at him. He's
Look
jealousy.
at
Look at
that.
the jealousy. Look at the random
His jealousy is breaking the video.
Breaking
Yes.
the video, I'm so upset.
There are epileptic fits happening around the world because of Andrew and his jealousy. So what have you used of the Behringer front then, Andrew?
What did I use? I can't even begin to... I don't even know the model number, I'll be honest with you. It was for
Is
a
it because
live
of the
event we
council?
were doing, and we had an extra Behringer board. And I cooked it up, and then I took it off.
I see.
You broke it.
I did not break it. It was broken.
You tried.
So you cooked it. So was this before or after the $75 for the fire regulation?
It was during the fire, actually.
Oh, it was during the fire. Okay, right. So that's helpful.
That might have
to
been the
know.
reason why.
Could be. So are you you've stuck away from Behringer? Sorry, I'm getting really geeky now. So you've gone away from Behringer altogether. You think that is below you, quite rightly.
I was with Yamaha, and I absolutely loved the Yamaha boards, and I went to Mackie.
Why did you change? Were you bored? Did they collect dust? What was it?
I needed a bigger board.
Compensation.
I think
right.
it was like an 8-channel. Brian would know. Brian knows better than me.
Brian
Yes,
knows
that's
about
right.
compensation. Right.
Brian, how many channels was my Yamaha mixer? Not that
I'm
you've
guessing
seen it,
4.
but sure, you know.
What? I'm guessing 4 anyways. I'm thinking anyways, wasn't it?
It was 8.
Whoa.
It's okay.
Oh, it was 8. Okay.
Oh my god, Andrew's got a 5D.
What are you doing, Joseph? Yet again. Now, that is a love. That's beautiful love. That is. Look at it.
Love the effects.
Look at
Just
that
get
top
it
Give
picture
it
you
a
put
rose
together.
tint. You're all good.
That actually looks
No, he's
not
he's tried
bad.
a rose tint right now.
That looks beautiful. That is a sexy man. Look at him. Look at him there. Sexy man. Wondering why he's on this show. He's
Memento.
slowly losing the... What
Shall
are
we
you now
move?
doing?
Shall we
Anyway.
move briefly on and just mention this in passing because this is ludicrous. It's a little more realistically
We
sized.
should just play with the
but
effects
just as
for the rest of
ludicrous.
the show.
Can we just
Joe,
get
what else?
Can we get a good 5 minutes in play with the effects?
No, move on. District.
Don't make me
go
come
on.
around and hit you again.
Andrew, wave around now. Wow.
Good,
It's almost like the what was it? The Queen's nose. Now it's something that no one outside of the UK knows about. Anyway,
Someone is going to have to do an audio description for the stream listeners. Anyway, so from super duper expensive Behringer docks to a dock that doesn't even need power, but is still as stupid. Yes, it's Bang & Olufsen once again.
Yay.
Oh dear, £341 for what is basically an alpine horn. And you just pop your iPhone in the top.
I've seen these, though, something like this, done pretty well.
Oh,
you
can
don't
get them
leave
in-
your house. Don't start.
Oh dear. Black and white, £341. A gold one is £512.
But they look so sexy. Look at it.
Designed by Italians. Who said, the forum is designed to boost and optimize the best sound output. The amplifier is based on a thin wooden structure that allows the object to float off the table. Mi scusi, this is to increase the vibration of the object when in use and to optimize the emission of sound. And they think they
Would
can
you like to
charge
explain
over
that for
half a
the,
grand for it.
Could you explain what you've just said for the stream listeners? Just
Basically, we make it bigger. We make it bigger. We paint it gold. We sell it for £500. That's basically what they said.
Wow.
because the video had subtitles, so just for the people over at Nag Radio, just needed to clarify some stuff.
One of the subtitles underneath one of the images says the simplicity of the megaphone means this diagram is probably unnecessary for most users.
But it is coming from the Daily Mail, so just to clarify.
I wanted to
Creators
say, this is
boast
the
that
kind of
using the
sort of
device
silly
to
nonsense.
audio conference is like talking to someone in the same room through an iPhone. There's also a video.
There is.
Oh, oh man. Whoa, oh dear. They truly are not
Someone's going to
portable.
buy this.
That's the worrying thing, isn't it? That someone is going to buy this.
Yeah.
And they're going to love it, too.
Would you buy this? Would you purchase this?
But if you walked into a room and there was just one of these in the corner, you'd be like, oh, a toilet.
Or one of those weird seats that you see in 1960s contemporary houses that are featured on Grand Designs or some other pompous architectural
You invite
show.
someone round. Yeah, you invite someone round. You leave the room for a minute. They come back and they back themselves into one, legs first. And they're like, I can't get out.
But they couldn't come out with a good name. It's just called the megaphone.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't even come up with a fancy name for it. They gave up. They're like, I don't know what to call this crap. Let's just call it a megaphone.
Do you have grand designs there, Andrew?
Over here, yes, we have a lot of grand designs.
So that won't be lost on you then. It's a TV
How
show where they...
patronising
Yeah, I
is
know.
that?
We get a lot of those. Well, yeah, we did have grand design. I don't know if it's still on, but I know it was on at one point.
It's on BBC America. Thank you very much, Joseph.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I hate,
Awesome. Then I can watch it then later. That'll be good.
God, I hate the arsehole that goes on about how lovely the house is.
His
Oh,
name
sorry.
is Kevin McLeod.
That one.
And more importantly, it helps to know your audience for doing research. Hence, just go to bbcamerica.com and you'll know that everything is repeated on there, including Doctor Who.
I think this is the best one. You should keep it on this one.
This is the, what, 32 by...
Andrew Zarian with us live from Police Quest.
Please go ahead. Oh
There's,
my God,
the
that's
comments on this
ridiculous.
article are the best, by the way. There's a big comment from a certain Mark in London who writes a lot about getting a 2-pint glass and just sticking his phone on the top, which we've all done, and it kind of
Yes.
works, although it's a bit crap. And there's someone called Dale from Midwest USA. Yes, that's right, the state called Midwest. Says, I may be missing the nuances of the different dialects. I just read an article here in the States about using a bowl to amplify the sound. A concave shape acts like an amphitheater. $5 versus $533. In fact, it's more like $1,200.
If you make a cone and put that around an earphone, it actually works pretty well.
It does. It's not bad. Oh, dear. Well, I know what I'm asking for Christmas.
Oh, yes.
A wooden frame
megaphone.
for one of these.
Which one would you get, though? The colour or the gold one? The white one?
If you're crazy enough to buy one of these, you're crazy enough for the gold. But I'd ask them to do it for a flat 500.
If you weren't pixelated, that might work, Brian.
But it might ruin your feng shui.
Forget
You
that.
have to think about these things.
Me feng shui.
Your
Oh, my
feng
feng
shui.
shui,
If you're
that started
stupid enough
last
to
year.
purchase one of these, if you're stupid enough to purchase one of these, you've already had your feng shui done.
My feng was
so-
shui last week by this nice lady.
Lady.
Aye.
Feng shui.
Aye, aye.
Lovely.
Yeah, I mean, the nice lady, she was cute, she were as well. Oh, wait, I
what's she
can't call
now?
people cute anymore. I'll get arrested.
Well, was she legal?
She was,
That's all right then.
yeah, it was quite.
How do you bring it up into conversation just out of interest? Do you actually say, at some point, do you go, are you legal? And then hope for the best, or what exactly?
Well, Lee, I can tell that you're once again hanging around school discos. The trick is to open the conversation with, so how old are you? And then go from there.
I see. Ah,
Yes.
okay.
Have you
All
got
Then
it?
if they say, I'm 17, they'd be like,
Okay.
go to bed, you are young.
Yeah, but the thing is that I just have this amazing fascination with panda pop. I just can't get enough of it. Hence the reason I hang around the school discos. Because that's the only pop, fizzy
buy in bulk,
beverage
do you?
available. Sorry?
You buy in bulk. This crazy man, he just shows up to school
I do
discos and
buy in
buys
bulk,
64
yes, I
bottles
do
of
buy
Panda
it,
Pop, then leaves.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically what I do, yes. Love it. Yeah.
He said he had dirty boxes. We didn't talk to him.
Fine. Finally found
Speaking
me
of young
out.
children,
Okay, no. Who wants to read JM117's comment in the chat room?
It has to be Lee.
Lee, you've got to read that.
Lee likes young boys. That's basically boys.
Would you believe
That is
this
what
man?
it is.
Would you believe this man's a scout leader?
Hello.
it's becoming more and more believable every day.
I've got a certificate saying I'm allowed
What?
with young people.
He's got a certificate to say he's not a child molester.
Yes, yes. It's framed on my wall and everything.
Oh,
For when the police come,
Nino. Well, they gave it to me, so they should know I've got it.
you've got it.
Lee, it only seems appropriate that you read the next story.
I know.
Oh, that involves that I need, to learn to read and stuff. Where have we got? Where have we? Oh
So,
no.
we-
Here we go.
Surely you've learnt.
Okay. Yes, I want. No. Okay. Let me just open it then, because I was a bit busy catching up on some
Looking at
this
reading.
was a good
boys.
Young boys. Oh, hold on. This page you requested. I need to watch a lovely advertisement first. There we go. District reserve suspension
Reverse.
of a. No, reserves.
Reverse. I'm sorry.
In my
Reverses, yeah.
in my dyslexic eyes, it says reverse. And no, fine. This district reverses suspension on fourth grader who called a teacher cute.
So what was he? He was a young.
He was a young homosexual. No, black man, black person.
Oh.
Is that the right one? No, or Jew? What? Who was he? I don't know.
A
The
vegetarian.
surrounding suspension. Sorry, vegetarian.
He was a
Sorry, there we go.
vegetarian.
He was a vegetarian. He was,
Am
he
I
was one
right?
of those.
Am I right?
One of those minority groups. I don't know which one he is. Anyway, go on, Christopher. You tell us
A
more
school
about
child.
this. 'Cause he is a school child who said, surely this is PC gone mad. PC gone mad.
Oh, mate.
Gone mad.
Well,
Or it's ageist.
well.
So it's all
well,
right. It's all right for a paedophile to say a young man is cute, but when a young man says to a bloke, "You're cute," then all of a sudden there's a bit of a kerfuffle. I don't think that's right.
It's not a ride in the former.
Well, okay.
No, I did
but
not get the
still.
memo.
I didn't get that memo either. No. Do you want to send that again?
Okay. We'll
My
CC you a
Gmail's really
copy.
mucked up.
We'll see you a copy. Yeah. Breaking news. So anyway, the furor. The article reads: the furor surrounding the suspension of a fourth grader in North Carolina for calling his teacher cute
Bunny
has resulted in the suspension being overturned. So Emmanuel Lockett was suspended for sexual harassment.
These young people.
Fair enough, really, isn't it?
How old was the kid?
After commenting that his
I
teacher
missed
was
it.
cute.
He was. How old was he, Chris?
He was fourth grade,
Doesn't-
so 9.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. And who's
Well, there
the
was
teacher
a-
that reported?
The fellow who got
Um,
molested.
Well, Lockett's mother informed the district about Bostick's decision and his labeling the incident as a sexual harassment. So I believe that it was the school's principal, Jerry Bostick, who decided to take the decision.
Coming up.
And guess what, Joe? He was promptly kicked out of the Brookside Elementary.
There we go.
Lovely.
Joe's favourite school.
We get taught as official scout leader type people with PowerPoint presentations
Who
and
molest
stuff like
people.
that.
Yep, sorry. I had to say it.
We get taught that and warned that obviously teachers and adults of a kind of leader type nature are 9 times out of 10 going to get some sort of, that we are going to be their first crushes. And so you're taught how to turn them down politely and nicely without offending them. And surely, they have already been told about this. They should have had it in their training. So why all of a sudden has this all come about? I can't understand it. But it is the Americans all over again. Knee-jerk.
Yeah.
Gah.
Funnily enough, Gaston County school officials found no evidence of sexual harassment.
Exactly. It's just a flippant comment. It says, Andrew, would you be offended if this young man came up to you going, "Oh, you're cute"?
No, I would take him out to a nice dinner.
Lovely. Would you go Dutch on the bill, or would you take him out completely?
Oh, I would pay for all of it.
Oh, you're too kind. Mackie D, I'm guessing. Happy Meal.
Yeah, possibly a Happy Meal. And then maybe next time.
Oh, something to look forward to. Wow. But still, it's just basic common sense. I can't understand why it went this far.
This is a problem. This is a problem, a lack of common sense.
I mean, again, where I come up in the story, really, which is why I pulled the story in the lineup, it's again another just example of things going from a zero tolerance policy, which has gone nutty, completely nutty, and just, I'm going to say adults that have lost their minds anyways, actually labeling somebody that's 9 years old for sexual harassment for just making a comment.
A naughty one.
I mean,
at that.
it's so ridiculous. I mean, at what point is somebody going to say, "Well, I can't say anything in class because I'm going to worry about what somebody's going to think, what I'm going to say"? I'm going to sit there like a numpty, as you would say, basically, not say anything in class, basically not participate because I'm worried about basically offending somebody, It's insanity, basically. So there you go.
Brian, we've gone through this change in the country where in the 90s, everything was very in your face and everything had an attitude and everything was oversexed and extra violence. And in the 2000s, it kind of changed over and everything has become extremely conservative in a way and everything is labeled offensive.
Well, right, exactly. And that's kind of the point, is that you get this idea that, well, if somebody's going to be offended by something you say, then it becomes like, well, then, like I say, why say anything? Why bother basically being involved in the conversation at all? And it's not even – it's also, like I say, for the parents of these kids, I kind of wonder what kind of stuff the message that this is sending to them, because it's like, well, so you send your kids to the school, which, by the way, you have to pay for because of taxes and everything you're paying for a public school, and property taxes, that is. And so you go off to the school and your kid goes down and gets suspended for some flippant remark that it's like, whatever. And you're going like – and you go to the teachers at the school, basically, and you're going, what happened, basically? And it's like, oh, he said something. It's like, well, and he's like, that's all? I mean, it wasn't like he was, physically hurting somebody, or if somebody punches somebody or something like that, that's one story, but if somebody is saying something. Well, I mean, if I call somebody an idiot, let's say call somebody an idiot or a moron or something like that, you're going to get somebody kicked out of school because they call him an idiot or something like that. It's like, oh, you offended me, well, so what?
Well, there was the story this week about the 7th grader that was being strangled on a school bus. Allegedly, this is how it went.
Yes.
And to prevent the bully strangling him, he kicked them in the gonads, in the love spuds. And a couple of days later, his mum got a phone call saying, your son is no longer welcome here because of sexual harassment. And it's like, how is it sexual harassment? And it's like, well, when genitalia is involved, it's sexual harassment. At what point did someone logically think that was sexual harassment on the school board? let alone some flunky in the reception of the school, some sort of secretary. At what point was that deemed sexual harassment for it to even progress with letters and phone calls and being suspended and all that rubbish?
Well, it comes down to a bunch of incompetent people in administrative positions. I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of these people are totally out of touch, and they have no sense of reality. They have no sense of anything that's happening, and they're making these rulings and decisions that they have no idea how to handle. Well, here in the States, we have a big problem where principals of schools, many of them have not been in the classroom for over 15, 20 years. And even if they were in the classroom, they were only in the classroom for 2 or 3 years. So how can they make decisions for the school and for other teachers when they really don't have on-hand experience?
But at the end of the day, perhaps we flip it. If you flip it, maybe they do know too much.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do know too much.
Because everything is so knee-jerk, they feel that they're pressured into a situation where they have to go to the extreme. Labeling it sexual assault, however, that's on another different level altogether.
And that's my other problem with the story here, because again, they're trying to change up exactly what sexual harassment means from something that's like, okay, you actually are harassing somebody in a sexual sort of way, to being something that just is like words are being said, especially when we're actually talking criminalizing the youth anyways over these kind of things, especially when they're going to school. It's just insanity. Again, I can't understand exactly in what sane world things are going to the point where we actually got to like put kids that are going to school and put a record on them for just saying something to a teacher. If I tell the teacher to screw off or something, where are you going to go?
You'll be happy to know that here at the GFQ Network, sexual harassment is encouraged.
Which is good. That definitely makes it good shows, I'll tell you that. No question about that. So,
what's the staff demographic of GFQ?
The what demographic? I couldn't hear you.
What's the male female ratio of GFQ? At GFQ Towers.
3 women.
Uh-huh.
And I think 14 men.
He's trying to do math now. Look at that.
Yeah,
face.
I'm trying. I don't even know how many people work here. So 20 people work here. So 4 women. Yeah, 3 women. 1, 2, 3 women and 16 men.
God,
see, the men have suddenly, grown. They've seemed to have been able to breed between themselves. Jurassic Park, they've found a way to breed the men. Yeah, I do.
There's
a world of the way. Exactly, that's true.
The concurrent, all the concurrent possibilities of sexual harassment in the GFQ network.
A lot of combinations.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Interesting. Well, as Lee said, they'll find a way.
They will find a way.
So with that, I think the show's over, but the seminar is going to begin.
Oh, good.
Not the last story, Joe? You don't want to do that
There's a last story before we begin our seminar?
Yeah, the online warriors.
There is.
Go ahead,
Call of Duty be forced to obey the Geneva Convention?
Go on. You do it.
Okay. We got a story here from Daily Mail, of course, online, saying again, early this year, game maker Activision counted up that 62 billion people have been killed, quote unquote, virtually on online games of Call of Duty Black Ops, including 242 million stabbed to death at close range. That's just one title among hundreds of modern war games, most of which lack any kind of surrender button bar switching the machine off. Now, a committee of the Red Cross is debating if gamers might be violating the international humanitarian law as they slaughter each other online. This is, again, all virtual bits. Nobody's getting hurt, and it has some pictures in the game of the games and whatnot here. While the moment works rigorously to promote international humanitarian law worldwide, there's also an audience of approximately 600 million gamers who would be virtually violating international humanitarian law, said the committee's site. So, what sort of sense, basically, what sense is this? This is just, again, another insane situation here. We're taking laws way out of context, from sexual harassment here to, taking the Geneva Convention and saying that we're even taking bits here on a computer and actually pretending like they're actual people, and that's just insane. So
Agreed.
that's my
This is
take on
Daily
it.
Mail.
Um,
You said it's from the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Pinch of
we
salt.
got to take it with a grain of salt, right?
Correct.
A bag,
Okay.
a whole
Yeah.
tonnage of salt.
But it still makes it a fun story. I don't know. I think it's just, again, like somebody's trying to say these things are true. How are you trying to say that if I'm going to go out and shoot some, character up on a game, and you go out and play some video game, that you're thinking that, oh, gee, I'm actually harming an individual person on this planet, any place. It's like, no, you're just deleting bits on a hard drive. That's all, or whatever it is. It's done.
Brian, chill out. You might have a heart attack. Let's just try and work out. No. I'm trying to be nice, because let's try and work out who hasn't had PR stuntage for at least 2 months, maybe 3 months, and so have done this as a PR stunt to try and, coming up to Christmas especially, please volunteer and donate to us, because, bad things happen. Just think of the earthquake and tsunamis and stuff. All seem to happen around Christmas. Donate now.
Yes.
We still exist. We still survive. We're still here. Just so we can do good work. It could be just that. I might be a horrid moo face for maybe suggesting it, but it just could be a possibility.
True.
Lost everybody out.
Yes.
Lost everybody.
Sorry about that. Yes, I did to reply. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they also could be baiting for some publicity. You're right, correct about this for the Red Cross. These kind of things could be planted as stories. Definitely, if you want to go down the no agenda route, definitely, no question. There's a very good chance this could be a planted story. So
He doesn't like that show.
Who doesn't like that show?
You don't, Lee.
You're talking absolute flappy bot now, aren't you, matey?
floppy, floppy.
Floppy, flappy, bot.
But we need number 3 here.
No, we
Different
don't.
story.
No, he doesn't deserve a number 3. Anyway.
Number 2?
So-
I don't know.
Now we're going into different realms altogether. But yeah, I just think it's quite funny how they're desperately scraping the barrel to try and fill the pages of the Daily Mail, and they would go this low, and people would actually believe it, like my parents. But there you go.
Well,
All
and this
fun.
kind of ties into the whole entire ESRB thing when you get into the whole entire violent video game thing. And I mean, to me, it sort of ties all together, which is more the nanny state kind of concepts that you get into, which they're concerned about what's going on with these video games. I'll tell you, really, this is the thing I feel, that many times it's mostly guys probably playing these games with some of the girls too. It's a good outlet for them to do this, because I mean, I'd rather see them play games and actually kind of get through, playing video games and spend their time doing that than actually going out in the street and actually robbing and hurting people, or just being, rain bunches on the street and those kind of things. So I just think it makes sense. It's a good thing. So gaming, that is what you say anyways. Keep you occupied. So
Agreed.
yeah.
There
So
we go.
that should
Any
be the
other
last story,
thoughts,
I think.
Christopher? Andrew?
Christopher's. Whoa.
Christopher, whoa, is it? Wow, that's nice.
Hi, I'm here for the seminar. Has it started yet? Am I too late?
No, you're
I'm
not.
not too late, am I?
No.
Great. I can't wait. I really want to learn how to become a successful money manager.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
good
Were
to
you
know.
talking? Don't laugh. This is my serious dress.
Are we ready?
This is a big thing for me. I've got my name badge. I've got my tie on.
You've got your
I'm ready to
T-shirt
go.
under your shirt so we can read
do.
it. Lovely.
Yeah,
Okay, who
yeah.
wants to explain to
It's a
Andrew?
subliminal message.
Who wants to explain to Andrew what the hell is going on?
Oh, I have no clue.
You
It's like a
can,
picture.
Joe, because it's your idea.
No, I don't want to do
Yes,
it.
Joe, this is your baby. You have to tell us
This
what's
is
happening
your
now.
baby. You can talk.
Have you ever heard of the television?
A television, yes, I have.
That's a good place to. Okay. What happened was there was a TV show about idiots. No, sorry, we're selling stuff to them. Sorry, and they are people who like money but don't want to work for the money. So they rub their ears and say phrases such as "I'm an excellent money manager," because
I am an excellent money manager.
And it works.
I
mean, that
am.
works.
Lee is a successful money manager.
Hello.
Lee Brown,
Yeah,
successful money manager.
I am
And
a successful money
Want to
manager.
be 1 minute millionaire.
Yes.
So we
It's
decided.
it's 2 books into one, actually.
So these people attend seminars that cost what, £600 a go, but we
Plus.
decided on this here show we're going to do our very own seminar for freezies. completely free.
Wow, that's a good deal.
So
This is my serious face. I'm ready to make some money.
And how many people have signed up?
everyone in the chat room has officially
that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
signed up. Maybe if we raise enough money, we'll be able to remove that VidBlaster trial watermark.
I don't know. VidBlast is quite pricey. You might need to do a couple of those seminars.
Especially at the price of free.
Yeah.
Might take a while.
But we do have a beautiful PDF at a cut down price that you can download now at only $695. I think, to be honest with you, it'll blow your mind.
But let's get on to the real.
Inside.
Before we try to upsell, let's get on to the.
We're not trying to upsell. I'm just telling you. I'm not trying to upsell them at all.
So
are we not? No, we're not. No, we're not trying to upsell. No, of course not.
Who's going to give the seminar? Because I can't.
Chris can.
Why can't you, Joe?
You're just lazy at edit.
But I'm attending. I can't give a seminar I'm attending.
You can play
That's
both.
just weird.
Andrew?
You want me to work? Is that what this is?
Yes.
I've been putting liqueur in my coffee during the entire show. I don't even know what's going on at this point.
Okay, here we go. Buying real estate is a numbers game. You may need to scan through 200 properties to find 20 that show promise. Of course, maybe 10 warrant an on-site inspection, and of those, only 2 or 3 warrant writing an offer. But how many you're actually going to buy, we don't know yet. As you do.
Lee?
Then, what?
I'm writing stuff for you in the doc.
Who reads the doc anymore? Why don't you say it? Because it's your baby.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is you need to rub your earlobes and say, I am an excellent money manager. So Christopher
let me
first.
demonstrate to the people, please, okay?
Go on, demonstrate, Brian.
I am an excellent money manager.
It's the
I
Excellent
am an
money
excellent
manager.
money manager.
Lee? Say
I
it.
am an
Earlobes,
excellent
Lee.
man.
Earlobes. Do it properly.
Andrew.
I don't have ears.
That's a problem.
How did he get
Oh,
away with
sorry
it?
for your loss.
These things are permanent, so.
How dare he get away with it and I had to look like a moron? That's not fair. Because he's the guest, he's the foreigner.
This one's going to be difficult.
What happened to equal opportunities?
Right. The way we're going to have to do this one is like this. Turn around to someone and say, you have a millionaire mind. Give them a high five.
You have a
No,
millionaire
no.
mind.
Look at the return video. This is how you're going to do it.
No, you're left. You're left. You're left. Now, other way. Other way. Other way.
That's right. That's right. There we go. High five.
Yeah!
Bam! There we go. Virtual high five across.
Now do it and say the phrase.
I
Close friends.
am a virtual
No.
I'm a millionaire money manager. Yes.
So you turn around to someone and say, you have a millionaire mind.
You have a millionaire mind.
But you've got to... Okay.
You have a millionaire mind.
Let's try this again. You turn around, high five them and say, you have a millionaire mind. So hold on. Let me get the double box up. There we go.
Okay.
You have a millionaire mind.
Closer.
High five.
Incoming.
High five.
Whoosh!
There we go. Okay.
Lee? Your turn.
Lee.
Oh, we do. I'm going to use Brian again, am I? Right, okay. Oh, my...
Hi. There you go. We got the side here
Okay.
correct. Here we go.
Okay.
You're right,
High
Brian.
five. You have a
You
millionaire
have a
mind.
millionaire mind. There we go. That's just... There we go. Lovely. Lovely.
There we
Thank you
go.
very much. I feel dirty. What about Andrew?
Dirtyboxers.net, .dirtyboxers.com. Dirty, please. Thank you very much.
I feel dirty. No, I can't.
Lee Brown,
Are we-
soon to be
are
at
we-
dirtyboxers.com.
At this point?
You high five each other and say, you have millionaire mind.
Oh,
We've all lost
I've
it.
Wait.
given up.
Has Andrew
Wait.
paid in? Oh, it's free. Okay. I was wondering where his name badge was. Well, go on then, Lee.
What?
Don't be scared.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work out.
Don't just
the
feel him up.
perspective.
Like,
There
give
you
him a high five.
go. I'm ready.
Feel
I'm
him
ready, Andrew. Are you ready?
It's the right way.
Are you,
The other way.
No,
The other way, Andrew.
You're
I'm over
left-handed.
here by the computer.
There you go.
I'm over here.
Can't you
There we
see
go.
him?
By the screen. You have a millionaire mind. Go on. Fondle me. Come on. Come on, slap me. Go on. Oh, there we
you
go.
go.
Very nice.
There you go.
Oh God, it's got him. The internet's got him. Oh God. Pull. You can make it.
Jesus, that was hard.
Perhaps we should have rehearsed this.
We ran out of time.
Have we? Oh no. What
No,
a
we did
shame.
run out of time. That's why we couldn't.
Oh no. That's a
no.
shame.
You don't rehearse seminars, do you?
I don't think T.
The enlightened, hold on. The enlightened millionaire donates the first 10% of all of his or her income. Thank you. That
And
was
with-
an insight of the
I'm
1
automatically
minute.
out of this one. I'm not donating anything.
Oh,
It's tax deductible.
No, still not giving it to anybody. I want all of it.
this giving multiplies your prosperity and a thousandfold. 1,000-fold. 10%, 1,000-fold. That's genius. Whoever wrote this knows how maths works. It's brilliant. Committing to this will transform your life and make you richer than you ever dreamed possible. There you go. There you go. It's straight from a religious type teaching there. That's lovely. Thank you. Hope people
Awesome.
were writing notes.
Wow.
Wow.
Look, at least I'm prepared for this, unlike some people. You know, Christopher's wearing a tie, looking very sexy. You know, Joe, this is your idea. What sort of preparation did you make?
I watched the documentary.
We all watched the documentary. Look at Christopher
did
looking
you-
like
That was
a
your
sexy
recommended
bean.
reading. This is my
I saw the
recommended
documentary reading too. See,
Mohammed has this to say. Behold, those who wrongfully devour the properties of orphans only fill their bellies with fire. Soon they will burn in the blazing flame. Don't steal
Yes.
things from orphans, kids.
Page 44, Life is a Seminar. The end. Thank you very much. That was the page 44, Life is a Seminar. If anything, this is telling you you should be at seminars like this. You were enrolled at birth. You weren't even told. You weren't even asked. That's very rude of them, really, if you ask me. And you can't get out of it, even by dying. So I'll get to it if I was you. Okay.
So, because the seminar didn't work, we're not millionaires and we can't pay for the bandwidth. Who should we
Oh.
thank?
Oh, yeah, hang on. Seminar
Right.
over. Time for a lecture. And that lecture is in the evils of choosing a bad host. You have chosen a bad host if you haven't
4 of
chosen
them.
UK2 for your
Oh,
bandwidth
UK2.
and hosting requirements.
I thought you meant
This
the show.
is
Sorry.
not even discussable, right? This is basically UK2. UK2 and everyone else is like just the second best is the first of the losers, right? UK2 are the best.
Yeah. Well,
They give us all the bandwidth, all the web space, all the disk space, all the customer support
yes.
for all the DMCA takedown requests that we get sent.
Yes.
They're basically generous and very giving people. And they sponsor Bagel Tech
Beautiful.
Network,
Yes, they do.
including us, even though they didn't want to. And we are very grateful for that.
Well, are we? Are we?
Yes, we are very grateful.
Yes, we.
Because without
Yes,
them,
we are.
we wouldn't be
I
on
was
the
just
web.
double checking.
Plain and simple.
I was just checking.
Just checking. Yes.
I didn't get that
if you
memo
go
either.
to, if you go to the BagelTech website, there are banners, links, images, coupon codes. If you transfer domains in, they'll waive the domain administration fees with the codes that you can get, and they do pretty good deals on servers, VPSs, and shared hosting too. So if you're in the mood for a website, go to
And free
UK2.
chocolate. There might
UK2
be
and
free
number one.
chocolate.
No question. Because they came to the first installment of our money-making seminar.
Yes.
that's right.
They learnt you don't have to.
Chocolate not
Anything to add to that?
Nope.
No, I said everything. I should have been leading that seminar.
You should have, please, next
should have.
time.
Yes.
I think we can get rid of Joe now. We can kill him.
Yay.
But before we do kill him, Joe, where are you on the internet?
On the internet.
You're on the internet.
Yourself?
Are you, occupying?
Oh.
Are you going to join me occupying the internet?
Yes.
Great. Well, I'm on the internet at Christopher W on the Twitters, so you can go and write your angry messages to me. Lee, where are you?
I'm at dirtyboxes.net and, of course, at dirtyboxes.
Brian.
Hi. I'm Brian at Brian Monroe 2583 on the Twitters, so you can find me there, which is good to go.
And Mr. Andrew, where are you?
I'm on Twitter as Brian Monroe 2583.
Oh, sweet.
Andy.
At Andrew Zarian. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Zarian.
Guys from Queens, everyone.